on, y'all? So, some of you guys might look at this video funny because normally when I do stuff like, when I say unboxing video, I actually have the box and I have shit that needs to come out of the box and I tell you what it is and then we play with it and we have a good time. This time's a little bit different because, I have everything right here. I attempted to record this video, and I actually did record this video. I have it. The problem is my microphone wasn't working. So, this is my second time recording this video. Luckily, things don't change. You just don't get to see me take the stuff out of the box. Before I get too far into this, I do want to say thank you to JLab Audio. They sent this microphone out for me to review, and that is exactly what I plan on doing. This is the...
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Jeez. Okay, I think I needed that laugh. That was God telling me to calm down and be nice. So, this is the JLab Talk Go microphone. And so, a little bit of backstory on this mic. I have been wanting to do more podcasting. I started my podcast back in the summer of 2020, basically when the whole world was shut down. And I had fun with it. The only problem now is, for one, it's not a problem now because, I'm working, but for one, I was out of work over the summertime, so I had a lot of time on my hands when I was not applying for work. Number two, now that I do have a job, I don't have the daytime to, do things like record podcasts. So when I do things like that, I gotta do it at night, basically when my entire family goes to sleep, which isn't a problem. I don't mind that. The problem is, right there, right above my arm right here, there is a vent. And that vent goes directly into my son's room. So when I'm talking down here, if he's in his room, he can hear me fairly clearly. The problem with that is if he's sleeping and I'm down here talking to myself, I don't want him to get creeped out up there while he's trying to sleep. My office down here is actually pretty good size. I have an area over there that I could sit, I have a table, I have a couch, and I can record things. It should not affect this vent over here. No one should be able to hear me, so if I wanted a podcast or whatever, I can do that. That's where this guy comes in. I started looking for a USB microphone. I wanted it to be USB-C, mainly because you can't see it, but under this guy right here, there is a MacBook Pro. MacBook Pro, USB-C. So I wanted something that I could just hook directly into my MacBook Pro and basically just hit record and start talking. I didn't want to have to go through lengthy setup process. I didn't want to have to go to one particular area to be able to record. If I want to record over there, great. If I want to record somewhere else in my basement, great. If I want to record in my recliner upstairs, great. I didn't want to be, and I have a nice microphone. I have it on a boom arm. I have an audio interface. It's all set up, and that's fantastic. That's great that I have that stuff. But I wanted to be a little bit more mobile. I wanted to be able to hit record basically whenever the hell I wanted to, which is why we're here. I reached out to JLab and I asked them if they would send me out a couple mics. I asked them to send me out the Talk Go and the Talk microphone. You will see the Talk microphone video later. So right now we are going to talk about the Talk Go. So this is exactly what comes in the box and this guy. So what we're looking at here, and let me actually take it apart because it doesn't come like this. You get the microphone, you get the tripod, this guy, and then you get the adapter. So first things first, the microphone. When you pick up this mic, it's very, very, very light. And in a way, I hate to say it, but it almost does feel cheap, which kind of isn't a horrible thing, just because, I mean, it is a fairly inexpensive mic. I mean, retail price on this guy is $50. So, I mean, if you go around here, the body is actually some sort of metal, alloy, aluminum, something like that. The grill around your microphone is all plastic, and it's a very, very light plastic, so it does feel a little bit cheap. I could see over time, you might not be able to see it, but this does bend in fairly easily. I could see over time, if you're throwing this in and out of a bag, one of these or a couple of these may crack, they may break. Over time, I don't see it happening, you know, 1 or 2 times that you throw it in and out of your bag, but constant in and out, that might be something to look out for. And then around bottom here, let's turn it so it looks like it's like this. So around bottom here, you have a button, and this button, and it tells you in the directions. This button, if you press it once, it will mute your microphone. If you hold it, it'll actually switch between cardioid and, what is that, Omni? Yeah, it is. And then this light around here will actually light up whichever directional pattern you're in. So if it's blue, then you're in cardioid. If it's green, then you're in Omni. So that is very, very helpful. And then right here, you have your little volume wheel, I guess you can call it. And that controls, there you go, controls the headphone jack. So you can actually live monitor what you're hearing through here through the headphone jack. And it is supposed to be 0 latency, so that's definitely very awesome. The one drawback that I see with this microphone, for at least my personal preference, I guess, is it does not have any gain control. So if you're looking for gain control, this probably ain't the mic for you, just so you know. This is a side address microphone, so you are going to want to set it up more like that. So you're going to want to have it on your desk or whatever, wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, you're going to want to talk into it pretty much exactly how I have it set up right here. You also get a USB-C, there you go, USB-C to a USB-A cord, which we are going to unwrap right now. Everything should be plug and play. You shouldn't have any drivers or anything. There's your quick start guide. It tells you how to address the microphone, what the buttons do, how to hook it up, what your patterns are, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road, and it works. You hear that? That means it's working. Let's get a pair of IEMs. I might have to turn the gain down on this. Okay, so I haven't touched anything. I'm gonna actually turn the gain down a little bit in my recording software. Let's put it right there. There we go. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, so I am currently, and I'm gonna put this guy in. So right now, you're listening to me on my on-camera microphone, which is the Deity D3 mic. In about 10 seconds, we are going to switch over to the JLab Talk Go mic, and we will do that right now. So right now, you should be listening to me on the JLab Talk Go microphone. It is currently sitting on my desk, I don't know, maybe about 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from my mouth. And what I'm going to do is I actually played with this a little bit, and there is quite a bit of audio transfer, at least into my ears, on from the tripod into my ears. So I'm guessing it's going to the microphone too. So now I am holding the microphone about 1 foot away from my mouth, and I am holding it by the tripod, and I might actually have to turn a little bit so I don't have too much, so I have a little bit of slack on this USB cable here. So we are currently, we should be in cardioid. Yeah, so we're in cardioid. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to mute the microphone. So I'm you. So I'm talking back to this mic now. You should be able to hear me again. What I was trying to say is this bottom light here turned red when I turned mute on. I'm going to leave it cardioid, and we're just going to take a trip around the mic. So I am going to start turning the microphone, being very, very careful to not transfer any of this audio from the tripod here into the microphone, so you can just kind of hear my voice as we take a trip right back to the front of the mic. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the bottom button, and then we are going to switch over into Omni. So right now we should be in omnidirectional mode, so we should get a decent volume on my voice all the way around the mic. And let's go ahead and start turning the mic now. Again, I am being very, very careful so that I don't transfer any of my touches to the microphone itself. And we are going to make our way all the way back to the front of the mic. And there we are. So that's how that sounds. Since I'm in Omni, let's go ahead and tilt the mic up. And now we're addressing the mic from the top. You could probably still hear me, but it's a little bit muted. So let's go ahead and go back to the side where I should be anyways. And JLab does say that this is how you should address this mic. Anyway, we're going to go back into cardioid. And we are back into cardioid. I like this sound a lot better. It sounds a lot smoother. It doesn't sound as tin box kind of sound, and that's in my ears. I don't know how it sounds quite yet. And then what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to set it back on the desk. So we're back on the desk. I did put the microphone a little bit closer to me than it was before, because I think right about a foot is the sweet spot for this microphone. I do like the sound that's coming into my ears, so hopefully it is transferring into yours kind of the same way. I am showing my levels at being almost a consistent about -12, -14, right in that area, and that's pretty much where you want to be when you're recording yourself. I am not going to do anything. I'm not going to add any effects to this sound here. I'm not going to treat this sound at all. So what you hear is exactly what the mic sounds like being recorded. And we're actually going to finish off this video with me talking into this mic. I have noticed I've peaked a couple of times, getting a little bit louder. So that's kind of why I wanted a microphone that has gain control built in. Now I could definitely sit back a little bit more, and then that's not such a problem. But the problem with that is you do hear a little bit more reverb from around the room than when I'm right on the microphone, and your voice just sounds better this way anyways. So overall thoughts about this mic. I think it's a solid mic. It's something that should get you good on the go, and it should be able to get you up and running, especially if you're a beginner. It's not something that a professional would use. It's not something that would be sitting on a boom pole. It's something that you would have sitting on something like this. I think overall, this is a great mic for what it is. One thing I will say though is just make sure you don't bump the sucker, because it ain't going to be pretty for you if you're monitoring, and it ain't going to be pretty for the people that's listening to you either. So just kind of keep that in mind. I think this is a fantastic mic for the price. Outside of that, if you guys have any questions for this mic or anything like that, just let me know. I'll do my best to answer them. If it requires a follow-up video, I have no issues making you guys a follow-up video. Just let me know. Until the next one, I'll see you later.